King Charles to resume full program of international travel in major health update amid cancer battle. Royal commentator Charles Rae believes King Charles will be happy to restart his cancer treatment. Buckingham Palace is making long-term plans for the King to resume a full program of international travel next year, suggesting a further boost to His Majesty's cancer recovery. The unexpected revelation comes as King Charles and Queen Camilla complete their successful tour of Australia and Samoa. The trip saw His Majesty's first overseas trip to a realm where he reigns as head of state, and to a Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM, as the institution's head. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. A senior palace official told GB News, "We are now working on a pretty normal-looking full overseas tour program for next year, which is a high for us to end on, to know that we can be thinking in those terms." Buckingham Palace is making long-term plans for the King to resume a full program of international travel next year, suggesting a further boost to His Majesty's cancer recovery. Doctors have given the King, and his staff, the green light to begin preparations to carry out 2 international tours in the spring and autumn of 2025, but will be subject to medical advice nearer the time. The Foreign Office has been informed the King is well enough to travel overseas next year, and Buckingham Palace is awaiting government proposals on where to send His Majesty in their mission to promote Britain on the global stage. The King and Queen proved a big hit with Australian citizens, many of which were turned away from an official meet and greet outside the Sydney Opera House because the venue had reached its 10,000 capacity. Police, instead, directed the excess well-wishers to the nearby botanical gardens to watch the royal occasion from a distance. Throughout King Charles' 9-day tour of Australia and Samoa, he has continued to work through his red boxes of state papers, which had to be physically flown from London, thousands of miles away. Despite His Majesty's grueling schedule of public engagements, and busying himself behind the scenes with paperwork, he has kept his mind active. The unexpected revelation comes as King Charles and Queen Camilla complete their successful tour of Australia and Samoa. A senior palace official told GB News it's a great measure of the way that the King is dealing with his cancer diagnosis, and he's a great believer in mind, body and soul, and this combination works very well on a visit like this, because he feels that sense of duty so strongly. It's hard to overstate the joy that he takes from duty and service and being in public and seeing those crowds engaging with communities across the spectrum. That really does lift his spirits. You can see that. Despite the grueling schedule, special rest breaks were factored in to keep His Majesty's energy levels up. In Sydney, Charles and Camilla were spotted casually strolling through the gardens of Admiralty House, where they were staying. In Samoa, a tropical island paradise, it is understood the King enjoyed a good book to relax into. The Queen, in particular, is thought to have enjoyed the warm weather, and has supported her husband throughout the tour. The Queen, in particular, is thought to have enjoyed the warm weather, and has supported her husband throughout the tour. The King gets great strength from the Queen being there, a senior palace official said, not least because she keeps it real. When New Zealand was taken off the itinerary on medical advice at an early stage, the King and Queen were said to be extremely disappointed. A private audience, however, was scheduled between His Majesty and New Zealand's Prime Minister, Christopher Luxon, in Samoa on Friday. Despite his health troubles, the King was determined to make the long journey to the other side of the world. A senior palace official explained, "I think it's a great testament to the King's devotion to service and duty that he was prepared to come this far, and he was incredibly happy and very, very determined to do so." His program of engagements highlighted his passions combating climate change, spending time with communities, experiencing different cultures and, of course, the Commonwealth. The King genuinely loved this tour, and thrived on the program, according to the same official. They added that the tour has been a perfect tonic to lift the King's spirits, his mood and his recovery. His Majesty will resume his cancer treatment when he returns to London. King Charles and Queen Camilla's strict daily ritual they never skip. King Charles and Queen Camilla leave royal fans in a constant state of intrigue, wondering what life is like behind the palace walls. Lucky for them, the Queen's son Tom Parker Bowles, whom she shares with ex-husband Andrew Parker Bowles, offered a rare glimpse into private royal life this week. In an interview with People, the food writer, 49, revealed the monarch's strict daily ritual and it is non-negotiable. Tom said that afternoon tea at 5 p.m. is of primary importance, adding, "It's not just a cup of tea, it's an entire meal. There are sandwiches, 2 different kinds of cake, scones, biscuits, shrimp and eggs." The author has just released Cooking and the Crown, a new book that will share his favorite royal recipes from Queen Victoria to King Charles. In promoting his new project, Tom has made several TV appearances where he has offered insights into life as the son of a senior royal. Speaking of uppers Tom's 2 children call the king, he said, "He is such a good, nice man. He has his own grandchildren, obviously. The children utterly adore him. From an early age, he's read them stories, been there, and swung them around. It isn't all tea and scones for the king." Throughout his 75 years in the royal spotlight, Charles has been hailed for his healthy diet and consistent approach to exercise. The official Instagram account for Clarence House, Charles and Camilla's London residence, once shared the monarch's favourite breakfast, cheesy eggs. Prince William's father is also said to eat nuts and seeds in the morning. Famously, the king doesn't eat lunch. According to former royal correspondent Gordon Rayner, the royal believes that lunch is a luxury that interrupts his busy work schedule. Prince Harry's father does however enjoy dinner, but in an eco-conscious manner. He told the BBC in 2021, "For years I haven't eaten meat and fish on 2 days a week, and I don't eat dairy products on 1 day a week." Former royal chef Darren McGrady previously revealed that the father of 2 loves Italian food, while Graham Tinsley MBE, former manager of the Welsh culinary team, has said that the former Prince of Wales doesn't like coffee, chocolate, or garlic. He does however like a side salad with every meal, especially one featuring a coddled egg, a boiled egg that has only been cooked for 2 to 3 minutes. King Charles to address challenging issues in landmark Commonwealth speech. King Charles is set to address challenging issues in his landmark speech at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM, in Samoa on Friday. The monarch will tackle topics such as climate change and historical legacies while paying tribute to his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, and her role in shaping the Commonwealth. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments, and most importantly don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.